Ladies and gentlemen, you may sit. How you doing? You good? Check Point embraces an ecosystem of companies that are emerging and innovating. On our innovation stage across the hall, we ran a competition for 9 competitors, and today you are going to be treated to the winner of this competition to hear a little bit about an emerging technology. This is BforeAI. It is my privilege to bring to the stage their CEO, Luigi Languito.
Thank you, Brian, and thank you, Check Point, for the opportunity. In the next 5 minutes, more than 250,000 people will be scammed in the world. Banks will lose about $50 million, and 10 companies will go bankrupt because of cybercrime. Why is that? With all the technology and all the capabilities that all of you have brought to bear. Well, 5 years ago, I saw the industry becoming more and more reactive. Detect, respond, assume breach. To me, it looks like weather forecast 100 years ago. If we wanted to know what happened to the next day, people would guess, some other would dance, some other would pray, nobody would get it right. What has happened to weather forecast in the last 100 years? Supercomputing power, 100 years of data, models, sensors of all kinds. Today, everybody of you checked weather forecast on your mobile phone. It's become part of our life. We organize our life. We predict the future, we organize for it. That's what we have done with pre-crime. Pre-crime enables us to forecast the sources of cyber attack a median 3 weeks before the attack starts. Up to 9 months for the most sophisticated attack like ransomware or exfiltrations. We get it right 99.95% of the time. It's so precise that we guarantee it. If we make a mistake and the customer gets hit, we will pay back 10 times the value of our contract to cover their cost. Munich Re back us on this promise. By now you're thinking Minority Report. That's exactly where I started. That's where the idea came from. We don't have the mutant, but we have Arthur, Agatha, and Dash in our infrastructure. What do? It's like weather forecast. We observe every 10 minutes the whole internet, collecting a snapshot of all the network meta layer, DNS, BGP, ASN, IP addresses, cloud movement, intra-cloud movement, more than 140 parameters for every single infrastructure in the world. All of this data is converted by machine learning. Not Gen AI was used in BforeAI. We are before Gen AI. Predictive AI use all this data to model behavior of all this infrastructure. More than 5 billion behaviors have been modeled in the last 5 years. And then we observe changes of this behavior with the same data. An infrastructure that started 6 months ago with a good behavior and then suddenly start to move toward a bad behavior. It's not signature-based. We train the system using example of good and bad infrastructures. When these behaviors become very close, we issue the pre-crime score. And that pre-crime score flows through our API into our customer system, maybe checkpoint firewalls or mail gateways or DNS resolver to preemptively block the attack. What do we do with this technology? We just talked about pre-crime intelligence, the first predictive attack intelligence feed. We do pre-crime brand to identify third-party risk and customer attacks. And we do pre-crime anti-fraud to identify leaks before they get into the dark web. All our customers, that you can see some of them on the slides, benefit of preemptive security today. I talked to you about the victim. Yesterday, BforeAI stopped 25 million victims to be made. That's the telemetry that we get from our system, and thanks to our customer, we're growing the number of victims averted every single day. I hope this conversation will continue You have a QR code there you can scan. It's my LinkedIn post. You can go on our website. And I do love to meet you later on in the hallways. And thank you very much again, Checkpoint, for the opportunity.